Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Sport On. Happy Easter, everyone. I hope you've had a wonderful holiday, wonderful weekend as you've celebrated whatever it is that Christians do celebrate during this part of the year. So happy Easter to everyone. Now, tonight on Sport On, we've got for you two for the price of one, two legends. One is already a ready-made legend. The other one is working their way to becoming a legend. Both of them marathon superstars. The man we start with, however, has made a name as more than just a marathon runner. He started off as cross-country. We used to call him the king of cross-country. Made history back in 1995 to 1999. First Kenyan to win first man to win 5 world cross-country titles in a row. People also know him as the gentleman of athletics. He is one of the greatest to ever grace the sport of athletics. And most recently, he's a grandfather, something that he probably enjoys more than everything else. The gentleman of athletics, Elijah, Dr. Paul Tergat is with us in studio. And I was asking him, when was the last time he was at any studio, let alone NTV?
What was the answer?
He can't remember. Is that long ago?
Then we're privileged, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're truly privileged to have a man who I would say is the most complete athlete. If you look at what he did on the world cross country, he was superb. First man to win 5 consecutive world cross country championships. If you look at what he did on the track also, you can't take it away from him. He did remarkably well. He has given us historic races with, of course, his rival and now friend Haile from Ethiopia at the Olympics, at the World Champs. They were at the pinnacle of what we term as the long distance running in the track. And then when he went to the marathon, he did his thing also. He was the first Kenyan to set a world record. So he, if you ask me, is a complete athlete. Most complete athlete. Daktari, what a pleasure to have you here with us in our studio.
Pleasure. Thank you very much for this invitation, and I'm really excited. Thank you, Elijah and Wakobi, for granting me this opportunity.
Daktari, we start off with, of course, the main reason why we're here. On the 10th, this coming Friday, we've got Soya at 22. And when I say Soya at 22, what goes through your mind when you think, this thing I started is now turned 22 years old?
Yes, I just want to say that I'm very excited that an event that it was a simple idea that we came with. But honestly, to be able to see it where it has reached, I want to say again that I'm so proud to see celebrating 22 years of Soya Awards. This is something that it gives me a lot of encouragement and pride to see that something that we started now, that's a foundation, very solid foundation.
What would you say has been the impact of Soya, the Sportsman of the Year Awards, since 2004 when we started to now?
The impact of Soya Awards is huge. Something that we started in a small way, as I said again, but the most important thing is when we were recognizing these sportsmen and women, because we did not have that before, and because I was also an athlete, so I've been in this ecosystem. So we started now, we are going beyond in terms of awards alone, maybe also to look into future, how best we can be able now to be able to leverage that to support their athletes post their careers in the near future. But as you just said, that the most important thing is these awards, for me, when I sit in the room now, to be able to see athletes, future champions, now are legends now, and then also members of corporate leaders in the same room, and also government officials in the room, it gives me a lot of pride and satisfaction that this event has really grown to be what it is today.
Looking at your career, you won so many titles, but abroad, you were recognized with different awards, but locally, you weren't recognized. How did it make you feel back then that when you come back home, asante ilikuwa makofi peke yake?
Thank you. And that is why when I was starting these Soya Awards, honestly, I really wanted to see that we have a platform where we are able maybe to celebrate, appreciate our own. People have carried the flag of our nation, so that it's not only in terms of only winning medals and then we just disappear like that. We look for one day, one night that we can be able to celebrate together in all sports. All corporate leaders who are present to celebrate together, and government also, in one setting, and we enjoy together. And that is something very big. As I said again, since we started it, we have seen a lot of most promising athletes growing to be the legends, heroes and heroines, like Rhodesia, Faith Kipyegon, Kipchoge, Eliud Kipchoge. It makes me proud to see that. As I said again, this event is going to go places.
When you started it, did you think it would get to 22 years?
Honestly, I was not intending to think that big. But again, based on working with very credible people around and encouraging and all that, that's why we've been able to go until where we have reached. 22 years and we are going forward.
22 years and going forward, Paul. Away from Soya, it's now been quite a number of months since you finished your tenure as the president for NOC. How is life post-NOC? Is it less busy? Are people no longer on your case all the time asking you for things to do with the Olympic Committee?
I just want again maybe to add on that I'm still a member of National Olympic Committee.
Yes.
I'm an IOC member by virtue also of my membership of IOC. I'm also a member of, naturally, I'm a member of National Olympic Committee. But the most important thing is that, which you just said, something that makes me very proud in terms of, even when you say that, what could you be having a lot of time? Leadership is not a destination. Leadership is to make sure that you give what you need to do based on the time. So for the last 2 terms of my presidency as president of National Olympic Committee, I'm so proud that finally we were able maybe to work and put infrastructure in place where now the corporates are actually now looking forward and excited to partner with National Olympic Committee. Even now bringing the trust again that we were losing with our international partners, and now they already brought this back. But the most basic thing is actually we were setting the foundation for our sportsmen and women to be able to perform at the highest level.
Would you say that was your biggest achievement, to regain the trust, for people to trust NOC again?
Part of leadership, that was the key, but the most important is the sportsmen and women of our nation to perform and not to have any challenges when they are representing our nation. That is why we have long-term programs for athletes, even preparing way in advance before the games, even having camps, even abroad. These are some of the things that it comes from leadership, to be able to make sure that we carry our flag in any ways that opportunities that were being given.
Speaking to anyone in the sporting fraternity, they will absolutely wax lyrical about NOC, where NOC was before you came into office, where it is right now, and where you've left it. It is in a position where it's visible and it's being felt within the sporting fraternity. But of course, you can't do everything. What is it? What's the one thing that you wish you would have done, or you tried to do, but it just couldn't come together?
Yes. One thing that you just said is that, and I still believe that in any institution, for work in terms of infrastructure and governance and all that, the only thing that maybe I felt maybe at one point, but I think it was part and parcel of strengthening the institution, is when we had the challenges in terms of elections, prolonged elections and all that. So I want to say that I didn't see that as a challenge, but I see also that as setting the foundation that we need to follow.
So that's your journey to NOC. Now we are trying to touch on many things because you are a hard man to find. But speaking of athletics as a whole,
yes.
Last year, Tokyo World Championships, Kenyan athletes did very well. At Paris Olympics, Kenyan women, fantastic. Last year at the Olympics, they won every medal from 800 to the marathon. Beatrice Chebet, Faith Kipyegon, Lilian Odira, Faith Cherotich, Perez Jepchichir. But then we turn to the men, Paul. And we have just the one gold. It's Emmanuel Wanyonyi. If we go back to Paris, it's just the one gold. It's Emmanuel Wanyonyi. What's happening to the boy child?
I just want to say that we are in different seasons also. And sports is evolving. It's changing every time. Also in terms of facilities, motivation, and all that. So I don't want maybe to see that we are actually losing, but I think it's a learning process. So I believe that things is going to change very soon in terms of our men athletes. That I remember during our time, it was something different. So I believe this time we are learning,
yes.
And especially now that we have this thing. I think it is also kind of demotivating when we're reading every time. You are training and you are reading every time in social media and all that about doping issues. It tends to bring down the motivation of some of the athletes, and it's not an easy thing. So I just want to say that I don't think that we are out. I think this is a season, but I'm seeing Kenya coming back strong.
2003, you set the world record 204.55. Right now, if you run a 204.55, we don't consider you a top athlete. Right now, it's 202 below.
Yes.
I mean, that's more than 2 minutes. What can you speak about how fast and how our athletes are now lowering the time? And also, will we ever get to running under 2?
Yes. I just want to say that records are being set to be broken. And as you just said, and I concur with you, during our time, 204 was everything. For me to be able to run those days, to be the first man to run under 205, that was huge. And I could understand.
Yep.
With what we are having now, with technology and all that, the shoes and everything, if it was during our time, maybe it could be even different. but I just want to say this. I'm so proud that things have evolved in terms of technology. You have a shoe. That is why even in terms of the shoes now, our ladies, they are doing very well because the shoe is actually fitting very well also in terms of their body structure. Yeah, these are technology. These carbon shoes.
Carbon fiber, yes.
Some of us, we never used to have. It was a very thin shoes. So by the time you finish, you are finished. You are arting everywhere. So I just want to say that I'm very happy that during my time, we're able maybe to see and that things are changing. And I'm very proud to see that, to say that that is where we are.
I'm curious. You set 3 world records, 10,000 meters, half marathon, and the full marathon. Which one was your best? Which one did you enjoy the most? Is there one you can pick ahead of the other?
Yes, I would say that, there are very many. So
yes.
But spoiled for choice.
But the key thing is bring the world record in the marathon. And bringing the world record in the marathon was not easy. When you are thinking about to attempt a world record, you must be very crazy and strong in the mind. Otherwise, you will not be able to do that. And especially during that time was not easy. I remember when I was training, doing close to about 300 kilometers away. That was major. And by the time in 40, you finished 21 kilometers and you still have another 21 kilometers ahead. Crazy. And the pace and the speed that you are using will kill you. So I just want to say that that is why I love marathon every time. Yes.
How tough is it? Because we spent the last week, we spent it in the North Rift. We spent it with Sharon and John Corrill. And they both spoke about how tough is it. As a man who's broken the world record, how tough is it for you to get to the finish line?
I just want to say, let me tell you, to be simple and specific.
Yes.
Marathon, you will not be able to try and even move to marathon if you are not strong mentally. Any pain, and your mind can tell you, oh, you are around 39 kilometers, and your mind tells you, no, you will not finish. Then you will not finish. So I just want to say that it's a question of a mental toughness that keeps you, apart from the physical. Yes.
If, for example, if you ran with the carbon shoes,
yes,
carbon fiber shoes,
yes,
do you think you would have run as Sub 2 maybe?
Definitely it could be 2 hours or maybe 2:01.
2:01.
Yeah, or even sub. Remember those days was not easy.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you're the first man to run a sub 2:05.
2:05, yes.
So maybe you would have been the first run to sub 2.
But I'm happy because this new generation who has to come and push also. So I did what we did what we wanted to do that time, and we are proud and happy with what we achieved.
When you see them running now, Paul, do
Yes.
you want to? Do you feel the urge to be part of it? Do you feel like, I wish I could roll back the hands of time? I wish I would be able to run in this carbon shoe.
Every time I see these heroes and heroines being in the field, our sportsmen, this is something is in my DNA. I sweat just like that, and I'm not running because I'm following the game because I'm thinking everything out. I hope nobody's going to make a mistake. So I just want to say it's so exciting that I don't even feel maybe sitting for that 2 hours watching the whole time. I don't leave. I just watch.
You sit there and watch everything.
Yes.
Every bit of it.
100%.
We do have John Korir. He's going to defend his Boston Marathon title.
Yes.
What can you say about him? Because he's a young lad. He didn't perform, he didn't finish in Chicago, and then he quickly got himself up and won Valencia, setting a personal best time of 2:24 seconds.
Yes, I just want to say that I'm so proud of this young man, and I want to say congratulations to him again. For it happens. Sometimes you are in a race, and suddenly maybe you pull a muscle or something, pain come, and then you don't finish the race. So it happens. But one thing that I appreciate him is because of the mental preparedness that he has. That is why he was able to come back and be able to win again. So I just want to encourage him that he is still young, he has a lot of opportunities and more successes in the near future.
Daktari, before we let you go, 2 things. Number 1, you have done wonderful things. You broke the World Half Marathon record, 10,000 meters, 2 silvers at the Olympics, 2 silvers at the World Championships, New York Marathon champion. But every time I've met you over the last 3 years, the thing that you are happiest about is being a grandfather. Now, it's got me wondering, Elijah, because of course I'm nowhere being near grandfather, but what is so special about you being a grandfather? And what kind of grandfather are you?
One thing, Wakobi, is that if there is any title that I've ever achieved in my life, is this one, being a grandfather. I'm so proud. It makes me a lot full of energy the whole day and looking forward. I never knew because I know it is not the world records, it is not the titles, it is not, but this one is the most beautiful one, to be called a grandfather.
Why? What makes it so sweet? You tell me it's like honey.
Yes, because now I've been competing, chasing world records. Now I'm chasing, being at home, chasing my grandchildren within the house and everywhere. So this is something so exciting that I never knew that it was the way it is. That's why I say grandchildren is like sweet like honey. Yes.
Paul, Friday is coming, Soya 22. How proud will you be when we crown the latest Sportsman of the Year winner?
I'm looking forward on the 10th, on the Friday, and I'm wishing all the athletes who are being nominated to be there. And I want to say that we're looking forward to celebrate and also encourage and welcome all the partners, especially the corporates who are supporting us, that this event will be a great and very unique one. Welcome.
Is your friend coming, Haile?
Yes, Haile Gebrselassie, who is my friend, as you said, and also a friend of Soya, he will be here.
Fantastic.
Was he there for the very first one?
Yes, he has been here throughout, yes. Not once.
The feeling here is that you need to have friends like Paul and Haile, friends that walk with you from day 1 to year 22. The Sportsman of the Year Awards will be held this Friday, April the 10th, and like Dr. Tergat says, it's the place to be as we come together and honor all those sportsmen who've done well, sportsmen and women who've done well over the past year. Once again, Daktari, nice to see you. Thank you very much for coming to NTV. We hope we shall speak to you slightly later and find out how well that run is going on between you and your grandchildren.
Thank you, Agumi.
We're taking a quick break, after which we shall focus on that man, the reigning Boston Marathon champion, John Corriel. We spent a day with him last week, and after the break, it will be all about his preparations ahead of Boston.